Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is one of the, well, it is the first job, not one of them. I did a couple, but this is the first job with the pretty much used entirely the SR3 Rake from ABI Attachments. It went well. Used the bucket just a little bit, but once I seen how good the rake performed, I never put the bucket back on. Tried to get a few good angles and to see, and I really put this thing to the test. I'll be doing like a 50 or 100 hour review on it later on, but one thing to note, I did bend one of the ripper tines, but I hit a stump with it at a pretty good rate of speed. And the reason a stump is dangerous about bending it is it bent the ripper to the side instead of back or forward, just really strong back and forth. But when it tried to go across that stump, it like stump tried to go between two rippers, and it just happened to kick that one over a little bit. So it ain't nothing. It functions just like it always did. But it's just something to watch if you're wanting to purchase one. It was a stump I didn't know is deep down, and someone had did some grade work, and I'm just doing the finish work. Well, they did a rough grade in some places, and there's still stumps left underneath it, and I'm coming back trying to take all this vegetation out where they can plant grass. So my job was to remove all that vegetation and get a seed bed ready. I had a budget to go by, so I worked and done what I could with what the customer had left, budgeted for me. As you can tell, it was all grassy stuff and down tree roots and off in the bottom. This is where their dogs is going to run and stuff. So we didn't, it's not a smooth golf course, or by no means, but thought it done really well. So far, took about 20 some hours on this job. So far, I'm happy with the rake. It performs great. We will see how, maybe 100 hours or something, 250 hour review, whatever I decide to do. We will see how it goes. But I'll for sure keep you guys posted. And anyone that's interested in one of these, got any questions or would like to know how it performs on certain things, I may, to a point, every time I do a job and I'm using the rake, it'll just be the same stuff. So if you guys want to see it in gravel or see anything, I'm more than happy to take any suggestions and trying to get some good footage for you. So I will let you go and watch it, and once I get the camera set up here, I'll let you see what you guys think. This angle is a little different. It's from about the waistline where that lap bar is in a skid steer. People trying to skid steer a Bobcat knows. It's just a little bit of a view of with this thing. It's got that comb on the front. It's got a finishing comb, but from what I can tell, and I've done a few things with it so far. I mean, I dumped some loads of material out, and I was grading them out, and I was having no trouble pushing just like I would out with a normal bucket. Some of the dirt comes in between the ripper tines. You can see it's open. It's probably 10 inches apart or something. But if you'll notice, dirt, the way that angle's made on the front, that comb, you can carry. And I'm pushing like old roots and, vegetation and stuff. Once you rip it up, it's kind of all in it. And I'm making like a pile where there's a brush pile. He just told me to pile any of the trashy stuff that gathered up into one pile and let it rot up because it's just off in that hollow. So you can see right here, pretty good amount. I was hitting tree roots, but you can see a nice pile in front of it. Really was happy with the way it worked. Forward, mulching as well as backwards. So I just wanted to chime in and show you guys this angle seems to be works just as good as a bucket at times. Just leveling and reclaiming areas. It's obviously not meant to pack and stuff, but you can see, and it don't take a lot of dirt with it. It's mostly old vegetation and roots and weeds, and you can see it hung in the comb there. That's the only thing when you work in the forward motion. It'll get hung in the comb just a little bit, but all you have to do is lay it down and back drag a little, and it'll all come out. But really happy with the way it performed on this job. We'll see how it performs in other areas. Like to get it on some driveway projects and see how it does. Refinishing a driveway. Uh, Hopefully, get some good footage of that. Here's a prime example of what I was talking about. I finally got the camera set up pretty good angle. There was a low spot right in front of the camera. It's hard to see. I need to get me a tripod, a taller one. I got it kind of set a little low. But if you'll notice, I'm trying to work material up the hill because some of that's pretty good topsoil that's off in the woods there. As I come, I can bring, half a bucket full almost, or a quarter bucket, and just grade and sift and rip back and forth and keep working the material until I've kind of closed off this low spot. That's what's in front of the screen. Here comes pretty good amount of material here, and losing it, and you kind of just, and then you do that, and you back drag. If you work it back and forth like that, you end up with a really good seed bed. It's loose. When it rains, it's not hard and rinses off and stuff. It actually soak in and stuff. When you're ready to sow grass, that's what you want, a good seed bed. So that's what this machine is, or this attachment is made for. It's made to do all kinds of things, but when it's done, you have a nice seed bed. You can see there I didn't have much material on it, but you can see how it starts to look more level, and I worked my way toward the right of the screen there. I just worked my way around the hill and kept tying it into the existing grass seed and straw that someone had already put in. Someone installed the yard for some reason just around the house, and all that stuff, in my opinion, the hard stuff, was left. You see right here, really good idea of how. See, like that pass right there basically filled the hole in, and then make one more pass, then you just pull up and just back drag it out. Now it's level. One thing you do when you're leveling dirt is so many people want to just like push with a dozer, or they worry about working always forward. And even this is a prime example. This attachment is meant to work 80% in reverse, back dragging. So like one of the things Dad taught me, as you're working material and trying to fill in low spots and cut high spots and do all this, even spreading gravel or anything, you take a little material with you and you bring a little back with you, and you just keep, if you're going to work, you work from left to right or whatever, or you see a low spot, work the high spot towards the low spot. You just keep forward, backward, forward, backward. Especially the key is getting you a good level spot to start with. If you're sitting on something and you make you a place that you call ready to work, then you can work off of that and level everything from that one point. And you learn as operators how to pick those points if you're wanting different grades and different levels. But you'll notice I was working that from kind of the same area, And then when I needed to back drag, like now, I come at it and back drag a different direction toward the low spot, So you work your material forwards and backwards, and as you do that, it loses it in the low spots, cuts the high spots, and you just go back and forth, and it makes for a really nice finish. There's the big turtle. You see him poking his head out there. He got a turtle head poking out. He he goes down the bank and he he flips over on his back. So I'm pushing some dirt there. I slowed it down just a tad. So I back up and I decided, I wish you can't see because the rake's in the way, but I reached down there and just lightly tapped him, and he eased up and pushed off of them tines or comb there, and it flipped him back up on his feet. Then I flipped a little dirt on him to agitate him, hoping he'd run off because I just needed to grade right where he was sitting, and he did. He got the hint right here. He's back on his feet. Then I just get one more scoop or whatever, one more push of dirt, and I flip it up on him, and then he hightails it out of there. So right there, that rock hit him right on the back, but he's all right. I'd say he's just mad. So he walked off to the right in them trees, and I didn't have to see him no more. So Turtle's okay.